You're watching the Survivors to Thrivers podcast, and I'm your host, Cranford Blackman. In today's episode, I want to talk to you about the invitations you send out for the holidays. They're the invitations you want to send out, and some that you may be sending out that you really don't want to. Interested? Stay tuned. If you're a survivor of violence and are ready to get control of your life again, you're in the right place at the right time. This is the Survivors to Thrivers podcast with your host, Cranford Blackman. Hey everybody, welcome back. Cranford here, and this is episode 23 of the Survivors to Thrivers podcast. And as I'm recording this is early December, and that means Christmas is coming up. So whatever holiday it is that you may celebrate during this winter time of the year, I want to give you a few tips to help keep the wrong people from coming over to your house. Now, what do I mean by the wrong people? Right? Whatever the holidays you have for your family, many times we invite other family members over or friends over or other relatives. Now, a lot of them we want there. Maybe some of them we don't want to come over as much. You know, the one that might drink a little too much or that ends up getting a little too friendly with the other guests. Yeah, there's those, but that's not what I'm talking about. Those you'll have to control on your own. But there are some that are even worse, and those are the ones that I want to help you keep out of your house. Now, there's two different places that I want to talk about. One is the part that happens before the holidays. Two is the one that happens right after the holidays. So let's talk about before. Now, here in the West, and in other Western cultures where we're celebrating Christmas, we put up lights. We put up a lot of decorations for the holidays. And they're great, they're festive, they're pretty, they're a lot of fun. And many times the way we put them up, we do it so that we can remember the joys of our youth, even if they were very simple and modest. It's just great to see. It's a wonderful feeling to come home and see the Christmas lights on your home, if you do actually celebrate Christmas. And let me say something, okay? Regardless of your religion or what holiday you celebrate or don't celebrate, these tips I'm going to be giving you are very important, okay? Because who we're trying to keep out of our house right now, the people we don't want to invite, are criminals, burglars. So just pay attention and listen up regardless of whether or not you celebrate any holiday, okay? So this is important and it's very helpful. So as I said, we put up lights and garland. We've got our windows, with lights around them. We've got our Christmas tree up. A lot of times that's lighted. We've got candles in the windows. And, if you're putting candles in the window, consider using the little electronic ones, the battery operated ones, It's just such a terrible thing to see someone's house burnt down anytime, but in the holidays, it's terrible. So please do use the little electronic battery operated candles if you're going to have candles that you're leaving on or close to something that's flammable. So, as I was saying, we put lights up, we put garland up, and I remember when I was young and we first saw those cans of snow. And it was spray snow. Who knows what terrible chemical was in it way back then. But I know that, fake snow is still available. And we would spray it on the windows, and make it look like it was, in the corners. The way that snow looks when it really blows onto a window or falls onto a window. And it was just exciting for us. Well, it looks great, but there's some problems that we might have with doing all those decorations. So we want to see them from inside the house, right? Of course, but we also share them with the neighborhood, or we like having them so when we drive by the house or pull up to our home, we can see the Christmas lights. So what do? sometimes we leave some of the outside lights off, like our porch lights. But we also leave our curtains open, don't we? Or we pull those blinds up so that we can see inside the house and see all the gorgeous lights. Well, that can be an invitation for burglars. And here's why. Normally we probably keep our blinds or curtains closed at night. We don't want anybody looking into our home. That's our private place. We don't need anybody looking in. It's weird and it's wrong and we just don't like it. So we keep our curtains closed or keep our blinds lowered. But not so during the holidays, because we want to see the decorations. Well, when we do that, it allows bad guys to look in through our windows to see, one, what is it we have in there? Do we have a stereo that's easily stolen? Is there a laptop that we keep on the table? It allows them to get an idea of what they might want to steal or if they want to come into your house at all. The other challenge you can have is them looking in your home to see the layout of the land. Here's a window, here's the table, here's where the couch is. So they can figure out how to move around in your house in the dark to steal things from your home. So we don't want them to do that. But how do we do it and still keep our lights, our Christmas lights, visible? Well, here's a couple of tips. One, when you're putting up your decorations, you can hang things from the top of the window to make it a little bit harder to see through. You can put some of that incredible fake snow, whether it's the kind you spray or the kind you can just place in, and cover part of the window. Boy, I can't aim here, can I? Part of the window like that. So anyway, and that takes away some of the space. Maybe your tree's in the middle, but you can see around the sides of the tree. So some of that snowy stuff or some extra decorations that go all the way up, or at least on the bottom of the window, so that people can't see from the ground through your window to see what's going on. Another possibility is to use lacy or gauze kind of curtains. So you can still see the lights through the window, but you can't see all the particulars of what's in your house. Now, if you live on the 13th floor of an apartment complex, you're probably okay. But if you live in a house or an apartment and you're on the bottom and people can, look up over the windowsill to see what's in your house, that's not so good. So those extra decorations can help to keep people's prying eyes out. Now, remember what I was saying, this is good for times that are not, the holidays either. If you want to keep your windows open or let some light in or whatever, you can keep some things in the windows that make it a little bit harder to see inside, especially for those windows that are close to the ground. So there's that tip. Another one you can add to that. Remember when I said that you're going to turn off the porch light? Because the lights show up a lot better. Those Christmas lights show up better in the dark. But those porch lights are important. Now, maybe the front of your house is covered with Christmas lights, so it's giving off light anyway. But what about that side door? You need to keep that light on. The lights around the house are really great deterrents for burglars. Bad guys don't want to be seen. They don't want your neighbors to be able to look over and go, there's somebody by Mary's house. I'm going to call the police, right? The darkness is the friend of a bad guy. So consider, if you don't have a lot of lights out front, keep that front porch light on, or your yard light if you have one, just to make sure you're not creating opportunities for a bad guy to hide and look into your home. As I said earlier, this isn't just for Christmas. Any time of the year, it's great to have some decorations up, whatever it is, whether you're celebrating autumn or spring or whatever holidays you have going on, that can let you have some decorations. If you want to leave the windows open or the curtains open, put some stuff up. Make it a little bit harder for people to see in, okay? Keep that in mind. It's such a simple technique to help keep people out of your house. If they can't see what you have, they don't know that they want it, they don't know how to move around in your house. So it's a great idea. Okay, what about after Christmas? Now, we like to think that after Christmas, hopefully, all the guests have gone home, right? We don't want them overstaying their welcome and just being there too long. You know, some people just don't know when to leave, right? But once they're gone, how can we still be inviting burglars into our home? Well, I'll tell you. When you've unwrapped all the gifts and you've got all your terrific, wonderful things that you got from family or wherever, maybe it's even stuff you bought yourself. It's okay to buy yourself. It's okay to buy yourself stuff. I mean, who knows better what you want, right? But once you've unwrapped all those, sometimes we have boxes left that we don't want because we're not going to keep them around the house, I hope. So we throw them away. Well, if your garbage pickup maybe is in front of your house, that's where you put your garbage cans. You know, you roll them out to the street, and sometimes those boxes are too big to put in the trash, so you just set them there and hopefully the garbage guys will pick it up and throw it in their truck. Well, some of those boxes, like this one, take a look. Oh, and by the way, if you're listening to an audio version of this, be sure to look at the video too, because there's some pictures I want you to see, okay, to make some of these points a little bit more clear for you. But if you're leaving boxes out and they still have labels on them that says, you know, 55-inch plasma TV or new Dell computer or whatever manufacturer of whatever thing, where someone now gets to see that you have that in your house. And that might be the defining feature of your home that says, I do want to go in and break into their home and take that new TV or that new computer or that new China set. Maybe not a China set, but you know what I'm saying. It gives them clues as to what's in your home so that they might want to come in and take what you have. And we just don't want that to happen ever, ever. Our homes are supposed to be our private, safe place, a place of security. So whatever we can do, especially when it's as simple as these tips I'm giving you, let's keep those bad guys out of our home, out of our yard, and out of our neighborhood. Okay, so there we have it. Ways to keep people from looking in, you know, being smart with our decorations, being smart with curtains, maybe our holiday curtains that you can see the lights through but can't see into the living room or bedroom or wherever it is that you're using those curtains. And not leaving boxes and containers that identify what you have in your home. You know, like I said, it doesn't matter if this is for Christmas. Maybe for your birthday you're buying yourself something. Or maybe just because it's a Tuesday and you want a new whatever it is. You leave that big box out there by the street with the name of what it is. It just tells potential bad guys that you've got something good that they might want. So cut those boxes up, crush them, wrap them up, put them in the garbage, whatever you have to. Don't let them be out there as an advertisement for what you have that a bad guy might want to take. You know, for all of us, it's important to stay safe in our homes. But for those of us who are survivors of violence, whether it was last week or a decade ago, it's so important for us to figure out ways to feel safe. And these simple things around your home can help to make you feel safer. Not only feel safer, but be safer. And that's part of what I like to do in these videos, to give you tips, tricks, ideas to make you just feel safer in the place you live or the place you are. Whether you're traveling, it doesn't matter. That feeling of safety is so important for us to have. So if you like what I've told you about today, please like it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about it. And if you have some other tips about keeping your home safe during the holidays, let me know. Let's share them with the whole LabCalf tribe, okay? So after you're finished clicking like, leaving me your comment, and if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so you don't miss anything. Or you can go over to the LabCalf website, labcaf.com, and get on the email list, because that's where I'll be sending out updates and information on new programs. And as I've said in the last couple of episodes, there are some new programs coming up in the first of the year that I think you're going to be excited about. I know I am. So anyway, please do that. Get on the email list. You know I don't send out very much, or you may not know that if you're not on the list yet, but you'll see. I don't send you a whole lot of stuff. But do that, and then please share this video with your friends. Share it with your family members and your neighbors, okay? It's okay to help your neighbors stay safe as well. Even if you don't like them, we really don't want people breaking into our home or our neighbors' homes, right? So share. Let your friends and family know. Send it to your mom, send it to your sister, send it to your brother-in-law and your niece. Everybody, okay? Because these simple tips, really, it's a shame to not share them. So please do that. And as I said, leave me a comment. And you know, I really hope that all of you, whatever your spiritual preference is, whatever your religion is, I hope you have a wonderful and safe holidays. So until next time, as we keep moving from survivors to thrivers, this is Cranford Blackman with labcalf.com, reminding you to stay safe and stay strong. See you next time.
To make sure you never miss an episode of Survivors to Thrivers podcast, subscribe at labcalf.com.
Bits. I don't want to say that. I can't think of what to say. And these simple things are thinks. Now,